Welcome, my dear friend. So, I started classics. Our culture, their cultures. Writer by Rabindranath Tagore. So, I started number of one. An Indian student wrong notion about his country. A boy of an Anglo vernacular school in Allahabad was on asked to define a river. The boy gave a perfectly correct definition, but when he was asked what river he had seen, this boy, living at the confuse of the Gangas and Jamuna, replied that he had not seen any. These incidents saw the gap that lay between his conception of geography and the actual world of geography. In this later life, his might develop a sense of national pride on hearing about the great rivers of his country from a foreign traveler. His previous understanding of the world was wrong because it was based on his ignorance. His subsequent understanding was equally wrong because it was ridiculously exaggerated. Number of two. An average Indian's attitude to Indian culture. The same thing happens in the case of India culture. An average Indian believes that India has no culture or almost none. But when he hears praises of Indian culture from some foreign expert, he starts cons- considering it to be superior to other cultures. Number of three. A true culture always associate and assemblies. No culture is meaningful unless it is linked up with the universal culture. Indians' intellectual superiority is of no worth if it is separated from other culture of the world. In order to create a center of Indian culture, we must believe that India has a culture and it is worthy of being embodied to all. Now the question arises whether Indian culture is the best in the world. The question may be seated raised by nothing that in God's world there are many variety of the best. Both the Indian and Western culture have their shortcomings. We must not lose sight of the fact that our culture has its superstition and its follows. These are conspicuous because our culture has become statics. European culture also is not without its superstition, but they do not cause disasters because they are dynamic and they change for the better. Number of 5. In recent times, the attitude of competi- competition has been changed into that of cooperation. Only a few decades ago, Europe began to see the real world thought the doctrine of struggle for existence. We, the Indians, also blindly upheld this doctrine of late. However, a change of attitude is seen, and facts are brought forward to prove that the basic of natural selection is the power of sympathy. In the 19th century, the message of political economy was unrestricted competition. In the 20th, competition has been changed into cooperation. It is cooperation rather than competition which ensure progress. We must join others in the march towards progress. In recent past, we made a number of experiments and arrived at certain solution to the problem of life. These solutions should not be ignored merely because they differ from those of Europe. At the same time, we should not discoveries made by others. We must keep pace with the rest of the world and jointly move forwards. But those who have not yet subscribed to my channel, they subscribe without knowing. Thank you very much.